Hi everyone, it's Karen. Thank you for stopping by. If you are new, welcome. And if you are unnew, thanks for coming back. Today, we are going to make a frame using this frame, which I started painting. I'll show you when I put you down. I started painting it and realized I didn't even have my phone out. So I'm going to show you what we're going to use, and then we'll get started. So this frame was from Target Dollar Stop. It was $3, as you can see. I don't know when I got it, which is the problem. But it's basically a black frame with white in the center. We're also going to use these Grapevine Wreaths in little hearts from the Dollar Tree, and some clay and some molds and all kinds of the stuffs. So I'm just going to do what I was doing before I realized you weren't with me. So here we go. We're just going to paint. Maybe I'll just paint the whole thing because some of this is a little stained. I could just touch up. We'll have to play it by ear. So basically we're just going right over the black. And you basically want to try and do 2 thin coats, because every time I don't do a thin coat, it's always gloppy, because I always think, oh, I could do it so much faster if I just slammed a whole bunch on here. But it's not worth it, because you end up having to either sand it, redo it, you know, all those things. So we are just going to do this thin coat. And I'm not sure if we're going to use resin with the molds or just the clay. I'm thinking we're just going to do the clay with the IOD air dry clay. And I think that is what we used on our last project. Although I can't wait to show my husband exactly where it is, because he'll probably say we shouldn't be left alone. We should have babysitters. And I'm thinking that that is 100% correct. I think I'm just going to kind of just go over the few little scratches that were here, because I might be painting the background a color other than white. So no sense in painting it. All right, so we're going to let this dry, and I shall be back. We'll work on this. So what we are going to be using is a whole bunch of IOD molds. I got a big stack, because you never know what you find in there. I have a little stack of some Amazon molds. I have some cake decorating little punch out things, which I will no longer use for cake decorating because I'm using it with this. Some paintbrushes and some, I don't know if I've seen them this year yet at Dollar Tree. I've only been there like twice. So these I got last year or the year before. They're very hard to come by, but when you see them, you got to grab them. So we have 3 of these, some assorted paints. We are going to be using the IOD Air Dry Clay. I have a little rolling pin, and I think that's about all we need. Oh, you know what? I might need a little paper plate to put some, oh, that one's dirty, to put some paint on or rest some. You never know. They're just good to have around. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is, oh, actually, I'm going to tape off. Now, I had the tape earlier when I didn't need it. It was right there just saying, hey, I'm here if you need me. I'm going to use this, which I don't know where it came from, but it's like the masking tape from when I was young, it was always just this color. Used it for everything, painting and all kinds of stuff. So it might not work out, but if it doesn't work out, I'll just have to try very hard to be neat. But basically, we're just trying to tape off as much as we can, because I'm going to paint the frame and this inside little lip. I'm going to paint that green, and I don't want to get it on here, but if it does, we can just paint some white right on top of it. Okay, so we are going to use Waverly chalk paint in moss. Try and dry it a little bit. Okay, so I have this other product. It's called, is that Floating Medium, and it basically helps you push the color around without having to use a ton of water like I just did. So I'm just going to put a little bit on here. Let's see if it's open. Yep. So I'm just going to put a glob on here if it'll come out. Just going to put a blob there. And then it really just helps everything glide. So a little bit more pink. My little glob turned into a little bit too much. And I don't want it to look solid, but I also don't want it to be streaky. And this floating medium really helps with that. A little bit of white back in there. I was just talking to my friend Sue. She lives in Canada. And we met when she watched one of my videos while she was on her honeymoon. And then she called me from her honeymoon to tell me that she thought I was very funny. We had the same sense of humor. And I said, oh, that would just depress my children because they think I have the worst sense of humor ever to anyone put on the planet. But I said, you go back to your honeymoon and you can message me later. And that was a bunch of years ago. It's amazing how much time flies when you're just living life. So we used to talk about every day, and then things got busy, and life has a way of doing that. All right. Okay. So I'm going to dry this, and then I will be back. I'm just going to touch up. Ooh, what a mess. So then we are going to use from the IOD stamp set called Vintage Textured Textures. So it has the small crackle. It's got bigger crackles. It's got like a side. You can do it on the sides or whatnot. But because I've never used it, you want to take a fine grit sandpaper and just kind of go one way and then go the other. It's just to help the ink stick to it where it's never been used before. So I think we're just about dry. So I'm going to be using Stays On Stone Gray. And I'm just kind of going to, here and there, just put a few little crackles. There we go. Let's see. Bailey. We're specific. Just trying to get a little bit of crackle. I thought about crackling the whole thing, but I think it would just be too much. A little busy, you know? I don't know if you can see this. But see how it just a little bit of crackle here and there. And it's much easier than getting out all the other stuff to crackle it. Because we're going to be putting those Grapevine Wreaths on here, so we're not really going to see it, but at least it will give it a little bit of that texture look, which is what we were going for with the pink and the white, kind of just sloshed together here. All right. I think that's good. Well, maybe this corner a little bit. I like it. Maybe one more right up here. Okay. So there we go. And then I'm just going to wipe off the stamp. All right. Now we are ready for our wreaths. Out of the way. Go. So if you do see these at the Dollar Tree, some of them are very wonky, and either they'll look like a circle, nothing like a wreath. I have a few here. And they're kind of just, yeah. Not that these aren't exactly, I wonder if one of those is maybe a better size. I like that one. It sits flatter. And then this one is going to get attached on top. Go. So I'm going to glue these down with Fabri-Tac, which is kind of the fabric, but it really, where this is all bumpy, I feel like this fills in the problems. There we go. I do like Fabri-Tac, but it's very stringy, you know, like the hot glue. Just stringy. There. Oops. Let's just make sure where we're going to put this. Good. Some of that glue off that you can clearly see. So Fabri-Tac is not just for fabric, but if you ever are making a pillow and you do not want to sew it, this is amazing, because it doesn't get like hard like if you used hot glue. You don't get those big hard clumps of it. Clumps, that's a word. I'm just going to raise this one up a little. And I could see that it definitely touches here. Here. And here. Ooh, is this stringy? All right, I'm going to let that dry, and we will be back. Okay, so now that we've got our everything glued and dried, we're just going to sand a little bit of our frame just to not make it perfect. Just so it looks like it's been hanging around somewhere for a bit. Hoping to get down to the black a little bit. I guess we did here on the corner. All right, so now we are going to work on our little flowers. I know, I've been kind of obsessed with the little flowers lately. I don't know, they're just so cute. I think I want spring to come so badly that I'm ready. All right, looks good, because we're going to put some wax on it also, so we might do some black wax on there. So we are going to make flowers to go onto these wreaths. And basically when you make them, you want to kind of put them, I kind of should have paid attention to where I put them while they were drying, so that they kind of round the corners here, and they just don't look like flat flowers just stuck. They kind of look like not flat flowers that are stuck. Oh, well, that one needs to be glued. Oh, look at that. This one might be too little. Hold off on that one. There we go. We're also going to make some leaves also. Leaves. That's what we need. Leaves. And I could use. So let us, and I was also thinking of this, maybe putting it there, but I think it's too big. And I want to tie little ribbons onto each one of the wreaths. So we'll think about that. All right. So I was also thinking about maybe putting some kind of a border going around on the frame. Again, I don't want it to be too much. So let us cut out some flowers and see what happens. And again, we're going to be using the, this is why you don't let it sit on the wipe or the paper towel that you have in your bag. You don't want it to get like that. Which I thought I separated it, but clearly I did not. So we will take some from the new package that wasn't sitting in wetness all night. And we'll seal that up. And we shall make some flowers. And I don't want a ton of the same ones. And this one right here kind of looks, let me see that. It kind of looks like it, but it's bigger. Maybe I could put one bigger one in the center. But if I'm putting rivets, see, it's all a lot of thinking. Crafting is thinking, apparently, says me. All right, so let's see. So again, I do not put the cornstarch or powder or anything in my stencils or my molds. And I kind of rub it with my finger, and it kind of gets really like soft and smooth. And it gets a little bit wet, so I think it takes a little bit of the wetness out of the clay. See, that might be too big. Let's just put it on the back burner for now. And these ones kind of look like the ones I've got. I do have from cake decorating lifetime ago. It's not that I don't like doing it anymore. It's every craft I do, and I like to do a lot of different stuff. I get bored very easily. It's every craft I do, it all requires a lot of stuff. So when you do cake decorating and scrapbooking and card making, and it just, you got to buy so much stuff with each thing. And, you know, besides the price, it's the storage of where the heck you're supposed to keep everything, you know? So these are kind of cool. You push it down, you pop this down, kind of shake it. And when you put it down, you get all of, am I right in? Yeah, you get all of the markings of the leaf. So I think it would look cute with leaves, but I think these are too big. So let's just start gluing, I think. So again, we're going to use the Tite Bond. I did use the Fabri-Tac to put these wreaths on, but it really didn't work too well. And I don't know if it was because I have used it for all kinds of things, and it's never a problem. But this time it just kind of just got goopy. So I ended up because it was kind of like leaking and shiny. So I ended up re-gluing with my Type Bond Quicken thing. Okay, so since we got to the point where I was letting everything dry, I knocked our project over, and most of the flowers have popped off, so I had to make all new ones, but I didn't make you sit through all that because it was the same thing that we were already doing. So I'm going to put you down and show you a couple of my thoughts because I'm not exactly sure where I'm going from here. So I'm going to put you down, and I wish you could all talk to me so you could tell me what you thought, but let's get down and see what we're doing. Okay, so one of my thoughts is to wax the flowers with white wax. Because I know I don't want to do brown, but I think it needs something. I kind of did a couple of two-tone colors on these new flowers. My next thought is to pour resin into this mold, which is the primitive mold, and do like here and here, and then maybe a couple of these to put right on the bottom here. My other thought, got a lot of thoughts going, is to pour this flower here and just put it on the bottom with two little leaves on either side. So I think I'm just going to pour resin on all of that and see if something hits me. All right, so did I just, this is the Amazing Casting Resin. It comes in a box like this. You can get it on Amazon. You can get it at Hobby Lobby. I'm not sure. I've never bought it at the other places, so I'm not sure about those, but I do know. And if you buy it at Hobby Lobby, get it because it's on sale a lot, so don't pay full price, which is easy to say when you've driven down there only to find out that it's not on sale. Then what do you do? And I hear you. I really do. Okay, well, I lost my measuring cups. So we are going to take part A, and I think since I'm going to pour a lot, I am so bad when it comes to pouring this. I usually get it all over my pan. I don't know why my pan, because I think because I sit too far away from the table, but still. Okay. That's good. Okay. A little spoon. And we're going to pour A and B together in another cup. Just put it all over the table. All right, so now we're just going to mix it. See how cloudy it is? We're just going to mix it until it comes clear. And it happens pretty quick. So that's very clear right now. So we are going to pour this one, and this one, on a couple of these, and then I'm going to put this. And let's see, we have extra, so I should have cleaned out the mold first. I guess I'll do these bunnies because they're cute. Or maybe I'll do these little leaves. Okay, so after much deliberation, I have decided to go with, not with the birds, but with these flowers. They match the flower. I just don't know, and I can't keep thinking about it because it's driving me crazy. So we are just going to paint these up using the same colors, the pink cloud, the ballet slipper, and yellow, which is Vintage Mustard, I believe. Yes, Vintage Mustard. There's a color for you. All right, so let's get these finished. Help if I had a paintbrush that wasn't permanently bent to one side. I would definitely love to hear what you guys think, because I hate getting a block. It drives me crazy. And then I ask other people, and then I think I asked like 5 people, and they each said different, which makes it so much easier. All right, go to our pink cloud, which is kind of like a a sherbet color. Not exactly dry, but close enough. The shower went off. Run out of time. So we're just going to glue that here. And glue this up here. Close this before a major accident. All right. We're going to glue this guy. This guy. Can you see everything? So not well, I know that these are not dry enough to add the white wax yet, but when it's posted, you will see the pictures and there will be white wax. Oh. All right, so aside from the white wax that I can't do just yet, oh shoot, now I got green inside my pink. Okay, I think we're good. So, well, maybe I can't, let's just go for it. We're here, might as well. Oh, there it is. When I buff this out, I'll get that off the frame. Ooh, that was a lot. This flower does not want to stick. All right, my glue is not going to dry, so I'm going to wipe this down after. But just to see, I can't figure out, the TV's too far away for me to figure out. So this is our project. I hope you like it. I hope you learned something. And look at you. If you wouldn't mind subscribing, hitting the like button, and leaving me a comment, that would be the best. Good or bad, just leave me a comment. It would mean so much to me. And subscribing, because now that I'm doing this kind of the right way, my analytics show that 75% of the people that watch my videos don't subscribe. So it would help me out, because YouTube would see, oh, look at Karen's putting out work. And they will offer it to be seen a lot more if I get people subscribing, commenting, and liking. Sorry, I didn't mean to go on a soapbox, but everybody said, well, you never ask anybody to do that. And I'm like, I thought everybody knew. So I have two projects started for hopefully one this coming week. And I hope you enjoyed this one. So have a great night, and the start of a new week is tomorrow. Have a good night. Bye-bye.